On today's episode, your 2019 OCR World Champion from Sweden, Karin Karlsson. Welcome to the OCR Report podcast, brought to you by the OCRReport.com. We are the only podcast to focus exclusively on the elite sport of obstacle course racing, from Spartan to Tough Mudder to the OCR World Championships, and wherever the elites are racing, we are there. My name is Will Hicks, and this is the OCR Report. Welcome back to the OCR Report podcast. Thank you for listening. My name is Will Hicks. You can email me at willhicks@gmail.com. You can follow the show on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook by searching for the OCR Report. And you can be a part of the show by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. All the cool kids are doing it. Today on our show, Karin Karlsson. Karin is the 2019 OCR World Champion. Last week were the OCR World Championships over in London, England, and Karin won the 15K race, the classic distance. There are shorter versions. There's the 3K. There's the 100-meter race this year. There's also a team race. And there's longer races in obstacle course racing. We all know that. There's the Beast and the Ultra Beast and the 24-hour in Atlanta or in Sweden. But the 15K is kind of the standard, or what we've just agreed to accept as a standard distance. So Karin won the World Championship. Congratulations to Karin Karlsson. While we're talking about race results, let's talk some race results. Last week were the OCR World Championships held in London, England. There were 4 race distances. Let's talk your winners. In the 100-meter distance, this is the first year of the 100-meter distance, your women's winners were, in first place, Karin Karlsson in 2 minutes, 15.81 seconds. And second place, Katja Christensen in 2 minutes, 16.84 seconds. And in third place, Ida Mathilde Steensgaard in 2 minutes, 26 seconds, 0.08. For the men, in first place, Thomas van Tonder in 1 minute, 37.64 seconds. In second place, Wojciech Sobrajski in 1 minute, 39.26 seconds. And in third place, Nikita Kaidukov in 1 minute, 40.98 seconds. Congratulations to the 100-meter podium winners. For the 3K division, in first place for the women, Nicole Miracle from the United States with a time of 26:41. In second place, Ida Mathilde Steensgaard from Denmark with a time of 26:53. And in third place, Rebecca Hammond from the United States with a time of 27:07. For the men in the 3K race, in first place, Jonathan Albin from Great Britain with a time of 21 minutes and 34 seconds. In second place, Thomas van Tonder from South Africa with a time of 22 minutes and 13 seconds. And in third place, Sergei Perligin from Russia with a time of 22 minutes and 19 seconds. Congratulations to all the podium winners in the 3K division. And the 15K for the women. In first place, Karin Karlsson from Sweden with a time of 1 hour, 54 minutes and 52 seconds. In second place, Katja Christensen from Denmark with a time of 1 hour, 56 minutes and 59 seconds. And in third place, Ida Mathilde Steensgaard from Denmark with a time of 1 hour, 59 minutes and 27 seconds. For the men in the 15K, in first place, Jonathan Albin from Great Britain with a time of 1 hour, 24 minutes and 18 seconds. In second, Ryan Atkins from Canada with a time of 1 hour, 24 minutes and 57 seconds. And in third place, Thomas Boyle from Belgium with a time of 1 hour, 27 minutes and 4 seconds. Congratulations to all the 15K podium winners. And the team results. The team race is split into 3 categories: the male, the female, and the mixed gender. For the men, in first place, Team Urban Sky. In second place, Team Hang On from the Netherlands. And in third place, Team Platinum Rig for the men. For the women, in first place, Team Tough Trails. In second place, Team Russia. And in third place, Team Air Team South Africa. In the mixed division, in first place, Team Innovate from Denmark. In second place, Team Tough Training Group. And in third place, Team A Lion, a Spartan, and a Ninja Walk Into a Bar. Their team name is the start of a joke, and I don't know the punchline. Congratulations to all the team podium winners, and congratulations to everyone else who ran in the OCR World Championships this past weekend. Well done. Before we talk with our guests, one bit of news, really more of an announcement or a classified ad. We at the OCR Report are looking for 2 to 3 writers. If you have a strong interest in obstacle course racing and a strong set of writing skills, and the two of those can come together, we would like to talk with you. Send me an email, willhicks@gmail.com, with OCR Report Writer in the subject line. And we'll see some writing samples from you and see if there is a fit. willhicks@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Karin Karlsson is the 2019 OCR World Champion in the 15K division. Karin has run the Obstacle Course Racing World Championship every year since 2015, and going into this year, her worst finish at any OCRWC race was 4th. This is her first World Championship. It's time to talk with Karin Karlsson. Let's go to the phones. Karin Karlsson, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you.
Karin,
I'm happy to talk to you.
Karin, congratulations are in order. You are the 2019 15K OCR World Champion. Well done.
Thank you. It sounds really nice when you say it.
We're talking about a week after the race. How do you feel?
Awesome. Still, kind of starting to get back to reality and working and all of that. Having a rest week and another week after that. So I'm just trying to soak it all in and enjoying it, really. So it feels good.
It's kind of a glow after a big race or a big win like that.
Yeah, it is. And everyone keeps calling me world champ. So it's kind of a reminder, like every time I meet someone new since I got home. But it's awesome, really. It's also a way that everyone's really happy for me. And that's also something extra special. So I'm super excited.
Do people at work know about it? They know, hey, this lady we work with is kind of a big deal?
Yeah, they kind of do. I don't have that many colleagues, but we have a lot of clients, and all of my clients and my colleagues' clients kind of follow me on Instagram and all of that. So they kind of got it. So like every time I meet someone, they say congrats and all of that. So that's pretty cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
You've run the World Championships every year since 2015.
Yeah, that's right.
What was different about this year?
Well, the 2 times now in England, it's been a more flat course than before. Like in Ohio and in Canada, it's been a hilly course. But this year, compared to last year, it was raining and it was kind of wet and muddy, and I was really excited about that. Like last year, I was kind of looking forward to like London weather, England weather in October, but it was sunny and all dry. But this year it was rainy and muddy and slippery, and I like racing in that condition. It kind of suits me, and it's more beneficial for me. So that was the main difference.
Does that benefit you because of the running terrain or because the obstacles are more difficult?
Both. Like I'm not a speedy runner. I don't run fast at all. But if it's muddier, I don't run that much slower, really. So it's both the running that fast runners are not as fast, but I'm more of a strong runner, so I can keep up the pace even if it's not that good conditions, but also that the obstacles become slippery because I'm both good technical wise, but I'm also strong grip and upper body. So kind of both ways really suits me well.
You've been on the podium multiple times for the World Championships. This is your first time winning it. What was your mindset going into the race this year?
My mindset since I got off the course last year was that I can seriously win this next year. I've been saying like every year, like next year I'm going to win, next year I'm going to win, but I've never actually really believed that I can do it because I've been so far behind from the top spot. But last year I was in the lead after like halfway, and I was kind of in shock when I was there. So that's when I realized that I honestly didn't believe that I could win, because then you shouldn't be in shock when you're in the lead. So after last year, I was like, you need to pull yourself together and actually realize how good you are and actually try to win this thing because you are good enough. So ever since I finished last year, I've been thinking of what mindset I want to be when I'm racing and I'm in the lead, but also I've been visualizing myself crossing that finish line as first, right, trying to really make it not a big deal for me so I won't be all stressed out if I'm about to win next year, but also visualize it to make it happen.
Can you talk more about that? Can you talk more about that mental side of it? You were shocked or surprised to be in first place last year, and then you kind of caught yourself saying, why am I surprised, or why am I shouldn't be this way? Talk about the mental side of winning or being in first place.
Like what it makes me, how to become a winner, or
yeah, how did you? There's we always talk about how to train and running and pull-ups and nutrition, but talk about the mental side of OCR.
Well, that's why I won. I'm certain of it. Like I was really determined to win. I was really tired of being second. I'm really tired of being third. Like in the toughest race, the final was 2 weeks earlier, and I've been second 2 years in a row, and I've just been fed up with it. Like I'm good enough to be in first. Why am I not first? And I think that everyone trains a lot. Everyone think of what they're eating, how they're sleeping. But I think that in the end, it's like who wants it the most. And I really, really wanted it. So I had to make sure that I made it clear for myself how much I wanted it. Why do you want it? And what do you need to do in order to win? And for me, I realized last year when I was in shock, when I was in the lead, that was a big part why I couldn't keep on performing. So I just started to honestly just imagine myself winning and how it would make me feel. And well, the feeling was really awesome, and I really wanted to get it. Like, I don't want to be the one who was almost there. And for me, I've been like, I'm not going to do it next year. I'm going to do it this year. So honestly, I've just been seeing pictures in my head of me standing with the Swedish flag, crossing the finish line, and with a positive mindset that when I'm in the lead in the race, that's going to be a positive feeling. And that's actually what popped up to my head when I was in the lead. I kind of got excited this year. I was like, yes, here we go. Here it is. Let's do this. And that's when I realized that I was convincing myself that this is it for me to win because I'm in a positive state of mind. And I think it's kind of different for everyone what they need in order to win. But for me, it's positive thinking. I need to be happy. I need to be excited. I need to be playful when I'm racing. That's when I'm performing at my very best, because then I relax and I can breathe. And, well, you don't waste energy by tensing up. Something like that.
No, that's great. You said you'd imagined yourself winning it before it happened, and then once you were winning, it was like, oh, I've already seen this happen. When you say imagine it, are you like you're sitting in a chair or you're on a run maybe? You just like close your eyes and you're like almost like not daydreaming or fantasizing, but you're like, this is like you're seeing yourself. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Like in training, when it's hard, I remind myself why I'm doing it. And then I imagine the picture. Like, if I was able to draw well, I would probably draw a picture of me standing with a flag. But I'm not that good at drawing, but I'm good at visualizing them, and I'm good at believing in myself. So I just started to, and I've been talking about it to people. Like when I went into the championship, there were people like, you can almost see like, yeah, this is your year. They want it so bad for me. And I answered, I know this is my year. This is it. This is the year I'm going to win. I've been saying it to people as well, not in a cocky way, but to really, really convince myself that it is, that you almost have to win because you have told everyone that you're going to win. So you really need to do this. And I honestly believe that I could do it. Like in the end, it was not a clear win. It could honestly gone to any of the top 3 girls. But in the end, I think I'm the one who wanted it the most. And that's why it happened. So I've just been visualizing it whenever really. But most of the time when I'm wondering, why am I doing this? You're out in the rain, you're really tired, and you don't want to do this today. And that's the moments I really visualize it, when you really need it the most. And then it's been all worth it.
During the race, when you're actually on the course, did any of that visualizing come back to you? Or is it just about the running and about the obstacles and don't fall off the monkey bars? Or can you still visualize that?
Yeah, both actually. Like, since I've been second and third so many times, I've kind of reminded myself, not this time. You're not going to be second or third. This is it. This is your chance to get first. So I kind of kept on reminding myself that this is it when it's tough, or when I felt like it's not going my way, or I just kept on reminding myself that this is your shot to be first. It's not next year. It's not in 2 years. It's now. You can do it now. And I kept on reminding myself of that. And but also stay to my game plan, like not being too excited or pushing too hard when I'm not supposed to. I mean, it's a 2-hour race. You still need to remain focused and stay with your game plan and not pushing too hard at the same time. But for me, staying positive the whole way and reminding myself why I'm doing it, that's what I do during the race.
Do you have any mantras or things that you repeat to yourself over and over while you're running or while you're competing that kind of help you with that focus?
I ask myself the question, why are you doing this? And then I answer it, because I want to win the world championships. I want to be the world champion. That's basically it. Yeah, don't complicate it. I want to win. That's why I keep reminding myself when it's hard.
So during the race, was there a point where you knew you were going to win the race before you crossed the finish line?
When I cleared the last technical obstacle, I was thinking, you got this now. This is yours, but still remain focused. Like, I never take anything for granted until I know for 100% sure that it's mine. Like when I cleared the last technical obstacle and the other girl was stuck, I realized that it's probably mine, but I'm not going to think that until I cross that last obstacle. So I never take anything for granted, because I mean, at the European Championship this year, I got stuck at the absolute last obstacle and got second. I won the day before, so I was okay with it. But I mean, I know that it can happen. So I never take anything for granted in an obstacle race.
So you cross the finish line. You, for the first time ever, you are the obstacle course racing world champion. You've already seen it. You've already imagined it in your head before it happened, but it finally happened for real. You crossed the line. What were you feeling as you crossed that finish line?
First, when I was on the last wall, I was thinking, don't cry, please don't cry. And when I started to close up to the finish line, Stuart and Brian was there, and they know my history and how much I wanted this. And when they called out my name, I cried. So I was just happy and relieved in a way, like I did it. I actually did it. So it was happy, relieved. And then I saw my mom, cried even more. So happy and relieved, actually. Yeah.
There's no shame in that. You put in all this work, like you crossed the finish line. Like I'm more surprised when people don't cry after a big race like that.
Exactly. Me too. Like I I visualized it so many times. So for me, I was certain that I wouldn't cry because it's been a reality or imagination. I don't know what you want to say, but so I honestly didn't think I was going to cry, but I definitely did because I was so happy. Like it just happened. I couldn't control it in any way. I was just so happy.
Your mom was there to see your victory?
Yeah, she was so excited. After last year, she said that, okay, we're not going next year. And I was like, you have to go because next year I'm going to win. She's like, oh my God, we don't want to go another time. But if you say that you're going to win, then we will go. Okay. So I started already last year talking about that I'm going to win this year.
What if you hadn't won? What would your mom have said?
She would have cried anyways. She's always proud of me. It doesn't matter. When I got sixth the day before, she cried and she was excited for me. So she's always supportive. Like she's, if I would finish last, she would be happy for me as long as I'm doing something I really love doing. And to be honest with you, if I would have gotten second or third, I would have been okay with it. Like, I'm still, like, after last year, I'm super excited to be in top 4 in the world, like, every year. It's not like I'm disappointed when I get second, when I get third. It's just that I really want to get first. And what do I need to do in order to do that? And I raced really good on Saturday. And when I was about to be second, I was kind of happy with that too, because I did a really good race and Ida did a really good race. So if she wouldn't beat me at that time, I would have been happy with my performance. I mean, if you beat me and I'm on a good day, then you're worth it.
Next year, the World Championships are coming back to the United States. Will you come and defend your title?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you feel any more pressure now that you finally won it? Like, I have to do it again, or does it take the pressure off now that it's happened?
Don't feel more pressure, actually. I'm still, like, working full time and doing my best with my training with the time I have. So for me, I'm always happy when I'm on the podium, and I'm still going to try to win and have the same mental journey in order to win again. But honestly, I can only do my best, and that's always been the most important part for me. Like, stay injury free, race happy, and it doesn't really. Like, everyone is still very good. It just happened to be me who was in first. Like, I did a really good race, and I feel like I deserved it. But I mean, all the other girls were still really good. So I mean, I say that now. Maybe it will be different in a few weeks or months, but no, I don't feel that the pressure is more now, really. No.
You also ran in the other races over the weekend. It's not getting as much attention as the other distances, maybe because it's the first year, but you also won the 100-meter race. Tell me about the 100-meter OCR race.
I actually, when I heard about that, I was like, finally, there's a race that's like 100% determined on who's the best at obstacles. So I was super excited about it. But when I started to think, like, okay, honestly, I haven't trained for 5 years to win the 15K, to just give up and just do the 100, win that and be happy with it. I was like, I'm still going to go all in for the 15K race. But since you could choose when to go and run the 100-meter sprints, I was like, I should do it on Friday. It's still a sprint. You should do that first in order to just give it your all and then be done with it. But then I started to talk with my friends, like, what are my real goals for this championship? Okay, it's the 15K race. I need to do that first. I need to be 100% focused on that. And then after the 15K race, it started to rain like a lot. So the 100-meter course was really slippery. So I decided to do it on Sunday after the team race. And then it was kind of dried up, but it had still been a lot of runners on it. So it was really slippery on the grass. But the obstacles were dry. So I got a pretty good time. It was, I think it was pretty good course. Like, I've imagined a 100-meter sprint in an OCR event and not a ninja course. It was like muddy, but still technical obstacles. I managed to get a pretty good first run. Like, I don't train that ninja type of techniques when I train. I always think of if it's slippery, I train more safe techniques. So I felt like I didn't get the more ninja monkey bar types of obstacles, not like ninja fast, but I still got the other obstacles really clean in a more fast way, like the walls and nets and all that. So I got a pretty good time due to that. But I think it was a pretty cool format. I hope that they do it again. But I think, in my opinion, it was a loop, like you ran in a circle, and that makes it very more beneficial if you run like in the inner lane. So for me, I would rather be like that you ran 2 and 2, so it would be more like a race feeling. Now it was like I went in there, I ran my race, and then I was done. And then eventually no one beat me, and I got a world championship gold. I was like, this is weird. This did not feel like a world championship, but I have a goal. So I would rather be seeing that you race 2 and 2, so it would actually feel more like a race, or if it would be like a qualification and then you meet in a final or something, that it actually feels like even more of a race. But I really like the format that it's 100% obstacle efficiency.
They've already announced that it'll be coming back next year. Is that another one where you'll defend your title?
Definitely. Yeah.
So you ran in the 3K, the 15K, the team race, and the 100-meter.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the team race, but before I do, I want to highlight something with your results over the weekend. In the 100-meter, you finished first. Second place in the 100-meter was Katja Christensen.
Yeah.
In the 3K, you finished sixth. In fifth place was Katja Christensen.
Yeah.
The 15K, you finished first. Second place was Katja Christensen.
Yeah.
Tell me about the competition between the two of you.
Well, the funny thing is that we, like in the 3K, we weren't running in the same division, so I never saw her. And in the 15K, she was way behind, like the whole race. But then she caught up with us, both me and Ida, in the technical part. But I honestly never saw her until she crossed the finish line when I've crossed it. Like, I think it was 2.5 minutes later. And same in the team race. We were not in the same division, so I never saw her at all. Like, we were not competing in the team race. But at the 100-meter sprint, it was really intense. That was pretty cool. Like, I was racing 1 hour after the team race, and I got the top score with 11 seconds faster than Ida. And then it was the prize ceremony for the team race. And then we got out again, and I only got a text from my friend, like, the Danish girls are here. Katja is running. You need to get over here. I'm like, oh, my God, it's happening. So she ran her first race because she got 2 attempts. And then she was 10 seconds slower than me. So I was like, whoa, did not expect that. I thought she was going to get way closer to me. And then I did my second try. So I was 1 second slower than on my first run. And I was like, good, then I've done everything I can. I can't do anything more. I've done my 2 attempts. I got a good time on the first one. And then Katja goes again, and she does a really clean run. Like, when I see her go, I'm like, no, there's no way I can beat that time. She's doing this really well. She did the ninja obstacles really well. So when she was doing the lap, I was like, no. And when she crossed the finish line, there was a guy who timed her, and he was looking at me. I'm like, and he said, I don't know. It's on the second. I don't know if she beat you or not. And then Katja came back, and we went to the screen to see her time. So we were just waiting. And then her time come up, and it was my time was 1 second faster. So it was like, yes, I was so excited. Like, I was like, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Or I'm sorry, but I'm really excited. Sorry. Yeah. So it was kind of funny. Yeah. So it was back and forth, but in the same way, that was actually the only time we were really neck to neck, like next to each other like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is the second year in Europe. You're from Sweden in Europe. What did you think about having the OCR World Championships in Europe for 2 years?
What I think of it, or
What did you think? It was over in North America for 4 years, and then it came over to Europe for a couple of years. Going back to North America, what do you think of the differences between having the race in North America versus Europe?
Well, it's a huge difference. The time difference, mainly because there's basically no difference in racing in England than in Sweden. So it just feels like you're doing a few hours of traveling and then you're just racing. But when it's in North America, I mean, the time difference makes kind of mess you up. So it's way better to have it here. And that's the main difference, really. The time difference messes you up. So I think it was way better that it was in Europe. But at the same time, like, it's nice to go. It really feels like a championship when you travel for a longer distance. But performance-wise, it's better that it's closer. Yeah.
Karin, do you have any sponsors or anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, I have 3 main ones, and it's Reband, Mirel, and Garmin. So they've actually, Garmin have had us sponsored me for 3 or 4 years now. And so they've really believed in me since almost the beginning. And I've been working with Reband for 2 years and Mirel for 1 year.
What kind of Garmin do you run with?
I run with the Garmin Phoenix 5S, but also the Garmin Instinct.
Karin, do you have any last thoughts on the OCR World Championships 2019?
No, it was actually a fun event. It was really cool to have a really muddy race. Feels like kind of as OCR started, and that was really cool. I think besides that, it was a nice event. Always fun to meet everyone from all over the world, and I had a really, really good time. So no, not really more thoughts than that.
2019 OCR World Champion, Karin Karlsson. Thanks for joining us.
That's crazy. That's cool.
Karin, well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Special thanks to Karin Karlsson for appearing on our show. Well done, Karin. Come back anytime. Don't forget to leave a review for the show on Apple Podcasts. I will talk with you soon. Go spend time with someone you love.